Hello everyone and welcome back to another Forza 7 video. Today's video we are in an SVR Open lobby, SVR racing team if you aren't aware, and they have quite a few drivers that are particularly comfortable in the Forza GT division. You often see them in the endurance hoppers for Forza GT, and so we'll just tuck right into it. I'm in the Porsche 911. It's the only car that I've actually driven a couple of times, not often doing Forza GT, so very unfamiliar ground for me compared to everyone else in the lobby. Lots of really respectful and fast drivers, so it's going to be an interesting one. This race was from last week, but I really wanted to show you guys because there's just plenty of great action going on, and also a key lesson in tuning. As you will see in this first clip, coming into lap 1 at the kink, the car just bottoms out upon entry of that turn and just makes an absolute mess of it really. So as you can see, people in first and second position, they just go flying away. We've now lost third place. We've got Gui and I can't see who the other person is, I think it's Stunts. So yeah, they've just absolutely robbed me of a spot. And yeah, just one of those things. The reason why is actually because the tune I've been using on the night of this racing was by TPR Chemical. Now, bear in mind, Chemical is actually a fantastic racer. He's truly like a long-time player, been a Forza RC finalist multiple times. But the tune that he was using was for the Le Mans Esports series back in 2018, and it was a no aero tune, and it was only halfway through this race that I believe it was a SVR Vortex who politely informed me that you need some aero on the rear, otherwise you will not survive that kink. And as you can see, it's just left me in the clutches of everyone else. We have a BMW M3 here by Delete. We've got another Porsche right alongside me, kind of taps into me, and then I kind of swerve all over the place whilst trying to get traction again. Fantastic move by this Corvette around the outside of the left-hander, and I think I'll have to concede position into 7th place, and what we want to do is just see if we can consistently find a way to keep up with these guys, because I expect them all to be faster than me anyway. Like I said, they're all in Forza GT, but let's see how we take the second attempt at kink. A little bit better, but honestly not ideal. We see the Corvette made the same mistake as me on the first lap, so it's given me an opportunity to come back. We're just going to try and brake a little bit later than him, edge him out whilst we go around the turn. But because I was in third gear, it seems that he just got better acceleration at that turn, so the swerve across to the apex, didn't realise that we have a Bentley behind, so nearly took him out. Good thing we didn't. But as we come around the final turn here, the car just kind of bottoms out again whilst going over the crest, and I decide to go into the pits here, and I think that car behind Moose in Porsche also wanted to take the pits and had second thoughts about it after seeing me. So only a couple of people went in, Spectre, myself and Solar, who you can see behind. Now he's 1.9 seconds behind, and I think he's in the Nissan Nismo GTR. But what you see is just coming around the kink again, have a nice old slide in 5th gear, and the distance between Solar and I is just going to radically reduce amongst the next few turns. So you know, he's already under a second away now, and completely botched the right-hander by sticking in 4th gear. As we come into the penultimate corner, not too bad actually, and then in the final turn, brake around where that tarmac goes darker. That's just like a nice novel braking point if you're not using the braking line. And then into lap 4, we do have someone coming out of the pits, and it's the Bentley again, so the person that we nearly murdered on lap 2, and now it's all a bit feisty. You've got a Bentley behind. Solo in the Nismo is sneaking up round the inside. I got a little bit wide, but whilst I try and join the track, he makes every inch of that tarmac used up on his side, so it just left me a bit short on traction. So they've managed to run away a bit, but the Porsche, I think it's a great car, although this tune did not bode well for the track. It's got fantastic top speed compared to Solar's Nismo, which is more of an acceleration grip car. So we'll see throughout this video this exchange of him being able to run away around turns but then being caught up behind other cars, which gives us the opportunity to catch up to him on the long straights. But for now, try and carry it around the outside, which we successfully do. And then coming into the carousel, it's just about us trying to stay a bit tight, which is quite difficult with a car which has 0 downforce, but we're still keeping up with the Bentley. And now it's not just a Nismo behind us, it's another Chevy, but it's actually RZM the Queen. So as we come into the kink again, go into 6th gear, tap the Bentley in front while sliding, go to the other side, hit the board, and yeah, just make an absolute clown of myself. So that's another 2 spots that I lost. But what we hope to do is keep in touch with the pack ahead and then see if we can make any positions back. So coming into lap 5, radically close down the distance on them 2 straights like I mentioned. Solar's Nismo is just lacking in the top end. And here's a clip I wanted to show where coming around the carousel, he's able to go so much faster than the other cars, but he's actually having to dither around and figure out if he can go anywhere because the cars are effectively holding him up. So yeah, interesting play between grip and speed cars around America. And that's yet another slide that we have. Don't think I ever managed to really perfect it around this track throughout the course of this race, and it's something that severely affected the lap times as well, because I was losing around half a second every time I messed up the kink. But some instances that happened around turn 3 have enabled us to actually bag a spot against a Chevrolet. That's Trance IG, and this time we come through the kink. I go up into 6th gear, and although it's a bit shaky, it's by far the best attempt that we've had through the kink. And as you can see, we're just able to haul ass and just catch up so much ground compared to Solar. And this is a good opportunity for us to try and make work across the home straight as well as the straight after turn 2. So we'll see what we can do. Have a little bit of slide action, but in the last turn, brake just where that tarmac turns darker, and then just try and keep it nice and tidy around that last turn. And there's quite the crest, and it seems like we've got a good run, and we have got the top end. So looks like we might be able to get an overtake on Solar, but the question is, will we be able to hold it? Because that car can go incredibly fast around the first 2 turns. So we'll just try and park it on the curb. I have a smooth line, but ideally should have been in 3rd gear. It's cost acceleration out of the turn, and as you can see, Solar's now got the inside line, so just going to have to give him back that position and then see what we can do on this straight. We're in the slipstream as well, not that it counts for a lot in Forza, but even if it's just an extra couple of miles an hour, it's something that's helping us just to charge down. And then we want to beat him in the braking, but he actually makes a superb job of it. And then I let off the brakes just to try and improve my positioning into the turn and end up just going too deep in. So now he's got the right of way into the carousel. A little bit shaky on exit, and I do actually have really great acceleration in this Porsche. It's got great acceleration at low end speeds, but doesn't help when you're sticking 4th gear around a really tight bend like that and just going miles wide. So let's see what happens. Trance in the Chevy is caught up, and then we're going to try the kink again, but no success. So we're not able to replicate what we've done in the previous lap, and it's something that's allowing the likes of Solar and the Bentley up ahead to get away. Chevy behind, who's got a little bit too eager on the final turn. It's an interesting car actually, because in terms of stats it shouldn't be any faster than this on the straights, but the Chevy just actually seems like an incredibly strong car if you give it the free space to do it, whereas here you can see me just sliding from one edge to the other on track limits and blocking the Chevy's way, but he gets a really decent run out of the final turn here. So coming into lap 9, we're in the danger zone. It looks like the Chevy next to us, not that much slower than us in terms of top end. I'm only edging out by a couple of miles an hour at the very later phases of the straight. So we have to be very careful and make sure that we don't just give any free opening for the Chevy to make a dive on the inside of the turn. So we do a good job of first closing off the corner on the entry there, but as you can see, just botched the exit massively by a oversteer on the curbs and then pulling onto the grass. So Trance has got the run on me, but let's see the difference in the top end. I managed to claw a couple of inches back. I'm going to have to brake a little bit later. Then we just park it on the inside curb, make sure that we give him space, and now we're in a great position on the carousel. So just hoping that we can edge him out a little bit, not so much, but the acceleration in the car, like I said, it enables us just to bring our rear in front of the nose of that Chevy. So for now, we've kept the position safe, and as long as we don't botch the next couple of turns, we should be safe. However, it's all down to what happens with the kink up ahead. So for now at the carousel, you come out a bit far and then you try and bring it a bit narrow. This is so that you can get a straighter line exiting the turn and carry more speed. Coming into the kink now, the car, it just bottoms out immediately under turning. It seems like it doesn't have the downforce simply to handle that slight elevation change. You've got a couple of bumps, then there's a little dip going into that kink. So really frustrating stuff to be having in a race like this, where you're against so many players that are very good in this car class, or division for Forza GT, should I say. But we're still having a really fun battle against the Chevy here. I think Trance is doing a really great job in driving it. So a couple of laps ago, it was him who had the strong exit. Now it's us. So let's see what happens. Are we able to get a full car length ahead of Trance and then bring the car over to the left? We can, but we're going to stick defensive. So we just want to hold it on the inside curb again and do the exact same as what we've done before. It seems like I blocked his exit to some degree though, and he had to slow down quite a lot. So that's something that I'm going to try to factor, because behind Trance, due to all our battling, I can see a Jim Wesley who's behind us. So for anyone who doesn't know, that is previously TX3 Wesley. Really fast person, actually been a Forza RC finalist as well. But he's now moved over to the Williams Jim esports team. And during all this kerfuffle around the carousel between Trance and I, Wesley's managed to bag a spot and he's taken claim to 11th position. Can we hold him off? I am very sceptical with our track record through the kink, so we will see how it turns out. We get a decent run through the carousel, although his Chevy is going faster. It's making up a bit of ground compared to us. So we're just keeping this in 5th gear, and then as we start to move in, we just get a massive amount of oversteer, and then we're spending the entire duration of that turn just trying to correct it. It really scrubbed off the speed. So Wesley's got a fantastic run. Can we outbrake him going into this turn? Not really. I think he was in a stronger position, to be honest. He still had a tiny bit of ground going into there. So kudos to him, won that position fair and square. It's just about us defending this final turn. Just take it easy over the crest of this final corner. And it seems like we've been able to, at least, if not keep it from Wesley, we've been able to defend ourselves from Trance. But due to what happened earlier in the race where I gave him a nudge, I thought that I'd give him back that spot. All in all, really fun racing. As you can see, with all that disaster we had in the kinks, it really affected our lap times. I think we could have gone easily into the 2:04s there, but it's just one of those things. Anyway, I just wanted to share this race with you. I hope you all enjoyed it very much as I did. If you do, please subscribe to my channel, because I'm uploading videos more regularly now. I'm going to be giving you league videos as well as tuning guides on some of the cars that are in my favourite divisions, alongside rotating leagues that happen inside the game. So like I said, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you like about the video, any suggestions for things going forward, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.